we're going to start with the personal. So I'm really curious to hear from both Michelle's. How did this start? What inspired you to get involved in a union effort when at the time there was not a single Starbucks location in the country that was a union? So we're going to go alphabetical. So start with Michelle E.
Thank you, Molly. I'm very happy to be here and going over your report and then listening to Brat's comments. It's encouraging that that information is out there. So hopefully that pushes things in the right direction. But I'm going to try and make a very long story short because I started with Starbucks back in 2010. So it's been a very long road. I started with this company because it was a company that I believed was who they professed to be, which was a better company. That took care of its workers and its communities. And I think it was one of those companies when I started. Fast forward to 2020, and we're in the thick of the pandemic. And I'm slowly realizing that maybe this company has changed. Maybe they're not who they used to be because we are being called essential workers and we are putting our health and safety at risk to work through this pandemic. And we're hearing our CEO on CNN and other financial shows announce these record-breaking profits, billions upon billions of dollars that are coming in this pandemic. And I know that this money is coming from my labor and my coworkers' labor. And I've got coworkers who are, crying in the back room because they don't know if they're going to be able to pay their rent and put groceries in their fridge that week. That was unacceptable. And we were tired and we were scared and we were feeling incredibly undervalued and underappreciated. And so I had made the decision back in late spring of 2021, after going through a year of this pandemic, that I was probably going to leave the company. I'd come to the company from the arts world, which I'm still in, but I needed benefits, and that was what led me there. And so I was going to leave after a decade, not even knowing where I was going to get my benefits, but I knew there had to be, something else. And then a coworker approached me that summer and said, "Hey, a bunch of us have been talking, and we were wondering your thoughts on unionizing Starbucks." To which I replied, I'd never thought of unionizing Starbucks. I didn't know if baristas could unionize. I didn't even know enough about unionizing to have that enter my thought process. But it was enough to get me hooked, and I wanted to know more. And it just seemed like the obvious solution to try and work from the inside out to make my work life better and this company better, to sort of have them put their money where their mouth is. They've got all of these wonderful values that they profess to, but it didn't feel like they were actually living these values. And so that's what started this for us in Buffalo. We filed our petition at the very end of August. A very long road with a lot of delay tactics from the company and some very, very, very uncharacteristic behavior for a company like this, trying to stop our campaign. And we managed to get our victory on December 9th.